Welcome back to Mountain Man's Garage. So today we're not in the garage, we're out cutting firewood. And I thought it's been a little while since you got to look at the Blue Ox, or Cookie Monster as I first named it. And I give you a walk around on what I consider you need to have with you when you're out cutting firewood. Now, my list of stuff is not going to be your list of stuff. Your environment's not the same as my environment. But I'll walk you around, show you what I do, what I carry to make sure I'm safe and prepared in the woods. So, I'm going to flip you around and we will take a look around the truck. Okay. First things first, if you're going to be hauling firewood or any load, you got to have plenty of straps. And this old 84 Dodge bench seat works great because it's got the hooks on the back of the seat for the springs, and they work great to keep your straps organized and tidy. Okay, and you come down here, I got me a 8,000 pound come along, 6-pound sledgehammer. If a sledgehammer breaks or has a problem, down here under the seat I do have an 8-pound splitting maul as well. I carry two Fisker's 36-inch 3.5-pound splitting axes, fiberglass handle. I have cracked them, but they did replace them under warranty, so that's always good. Look over here. We got us a roll of paracord. And we got a little small toolbox over there we'll get to in a second. Coming in front of the seat, always like to carry a little food with me. Got some hard-boiled eggs today, some mixed nuts, some black pepper, extra magazine for my carry item, or my carry weapon, which I'll have another video on that, but it is a Walther PPS 9mm today. And I always have a sidearm on me in the woods in case I end up with a few visitors. Never had a problem with people, but had a few problems with a couple animals spooking me. Roll of electrical tape. Glove box full of tools. Another roll of electrical tape. Couple of jumper wires, test light, distributor wrench, all the basic tools you're going to need. Got a socket set down there. I got extra ratchets, extra straps, 2 gallons of drinking water, and I don't know if you could hear it in the background, but I'm real close to a river, so if I need more water for the truck, I have access to the water almost anywhere I'm cutting. Got me a good pair of gloves. Only got one pair of gloves with me today because I'm waiting on my new order to come in. I actually just ordered some of these off Amazon that are supposed to be red in color, so that'll be something new. Number one thing cutting firewood, make sure you got your permit. Make sure it's fully signed. Washington's getting to be a real pain in the neck with that. I got my CB. It's all tuned in, ready to go. I got a range of about 15 miles on it if I'm on top of the mountain. If I'm down in a valley, I got a range of about a mile. The local lumber yard, I'm able to reach in most areas I cut in. So, worst case scenario, I can get a hold of the lumber yard and they can relay a message for me. Got our cell phone charger down there. 4-wheel drive. Extra sweater in case we get cold. Emergency folding shovel. Very handy. Oh, there's that splitting wedge I was telling you about. Got a 4-way lug wrench. And then under the seat I got some penetrating oil and some wet naps or baby wipes. Because either I keep baby wipes with me or I have a roll of those blue paper towels. Because when nature calls and you're in the bush, those blue paper towels are a wonderful thing. So, walking around the front of the rig, made a couple of changes since you've seen it last. Got new headlights put in just the other day. I got the winch control box mounted here. Yeah, it's real official. I got it taped into place with electrical tape. Works great. I got the 12,000 pound Badlands winch down here from Harbor Freight. Works great. It will. This truck, when it's empty, is 6,642 pounds with me sitting in it, and that winch will pull me to the log with the brakes locked up. So yeah, I have put her through the paces. and I will try to make a video on pulling something with it in the next little while. I'm not sure exactly what we're gonna do, but I'll find something to pull. I don't know. Maybe I'll lock up the brakes on my little Cavalier and drag it down the driveway on dry pavement. I don't know. Sounds interesting. So we come around here. Four-wheel drive, like I said. In my area, four-wheel drive, it's not a must, but it is very nice to have. Let's see. Oh, I was going to show you over here on this side. I got my toolbox with my bar wrench, files, sockets, extra headlamp. Under the seat, I do have a lighter. Over here, we got the winch control. Oh, there we go. I'm not fully unprepared. I do have my TP. Also got a set of jumper cables. So I like to be prepared. You never know when you're going to find someone that's busted, or you're going to be the one that needs to be rescued. So it's better to have everything to rescue yourself than rely on someone else to have it. Also up here, I do have the spotlight, and I got it working. And then I got a nice little 3-inch fishing knife. Well, I guess that's 4 inches. Brand new, sharp. You know, always like to have an extra knife on you. I carry a small pocket knife on me. I carry my sidearm on me. Let's see. So we'll go back here and show you what we got here. Okay. I always come out with 2 saws. These are Amazon specials and from Salem Master. And I tell you what, they are cutting fools. And here in just a minute, I'm going to do another video on those. First cut of the season. And they're less than $200. So you really have no reason to be out here and have one saw fail and you have to go home. Now we got a car coming by, so we'll pause for a second. Okay, he made it through the rut. Okay, back here to the little box. So, got a full gallon of bar oil, whatever flavor you want. I carry, there we go. Spare chain for both my saws, brand new. Brand new because my local dealer happened to have the right size bar chain, or I guess chain in stock, and I had to make 4 brand new chains for me this year. 2 gallons of gasoline, pre-mixed, ready to go for the saws. I do a 25-to-1 on my saws because that was the break-in, and I never changed from break-in. But you know, the book says you can go to a 40-to-1 after so many hours. Do what you want to do. I do what I do. Okay. And then got a couple of wedges. Okay, I'm not out here falling trees because that's illegal in my area. But when you're cutting one on the ground, like that one there we're going to cut up, you're going to pinch a bar every now and then, and you're going to need a wedge to get yourself out. Oil. That's just the brand I have, the Traveler 1540. That's for the truck. Always have a couple, at least 2 quarts of oil with you in case something happens. Spray paint for marking out your cuts. Makes it quick and easy. As you can see, I like to mark out my cuts, so I don't have to stop and think. Now, I will show you in the next video on my saws. I know exactly where to cut on my bars. And I'll show you how to do that. It's real simple and easy. Let's see, what else we got here? Oh, we got bug spray. Yes, you're cutting in the woods, bug spray. Because cutting without it is a nightmare, at least in my area. Extra can of spray paint. I got some more tools, more files. I got more belts. Carry extra belts for my truck everywhere I go. A couple of grease rags. I got some wire strippers in there. Spare tire. It is amazing, and I'm guilty. I ran around without a spare tire for a long time. Get a spare tire and keep it in your truck. And as well as a spare tire, Floor jack. You don't have to have a floor jack. You could have a bottle jack. You could have a scissor jack. Any kind of jack you want. But the jack that comes with your vehicle is rated for your vehicle as it comes from the factory. It is not rated to pick up your truck if you have a load on it. That jack right there, it's a Harbor Freight Special, low profile, quick rise, or fast pump, whatever you want to call it, floor jack, with a 3-ton weight capacity. My truck, like I said, is 6,000 pounds. When it's empty, I will load up to 3 tons in the back of this truck. So if I blow out a tire, that jack can lift at least one corner at a time, and I can get myself off the side of the road. If I tried to do that with the factory jack, it wouldn't do it, or I'd be so dangerous that I wouldn't even attempt it. Okay? So please, be safe, get yourself a proper jack. Okay? And then if you're out here in the woods and you need to jack your truck up, grab a piece of wood laying around, an old stump, something, and block the tire. Do not jack it up and not block the tire. Don't count on your transmission being in park. If you got an emergency brake that works, great. I do not have mine hooked up right now. I know, bad on my part. But don't count on your emergency brake. Don't count on your parking and your transmission to work every time. If you have a manual transmission, leave it in gear, but block the tire. Okay. Now, let's talk about my exhaust. So, I'm running dual stacks. You can see the other one over there. Okay, and I bring them down right here in front of the cab. Sorry, the shadow's in the way. And I bring it down, and I go into the muffler right there. I come out from under the frame right behind, or right in front of the transfer case. Or actually, sorry, I misspoke. Right next to the transmission, I come out from under the frame rail. So, right at the back of the front spring. Why do I have that? Well, multiple reasons. Number one, I was going to build little side boxes to go right here in front of the tire. Okay? Have not got around to doing that yet. Will I get around to doing that? Probably not in this truck. I figure I'm going to have this truck for another 2 years, and I'll probably just throw all the tools in the bed still. So, I'm running little single chamber mufflers on there. Why do I want loud exhaust when I'm crawling around in the woods? Okay, I got multiple reasons. Number one, I like it. I like the sound of the exhaust. You can hear the motor. I know exactly what it's doing, so I like to hear the exhaust. And I have it 90'd back, so I'm not getting exhaust in my cab. I tried the straight stack idea for a minute with the flappers on it, and you can see right there, I put spacers, and I didn't have the right size flappers, but all I did was end up directing the exhaust into the window while I was sitting around idling. Not very fun. So, that's number one reason I have the stacks on there, is it's loud, obnoxious, I like it. Reason number two, I'm out here in the woods. Say I blow a transmission up, blow a rear end up, something goes catastrophic with something other than the engine in the truck. CB isn't reaching out for some reason. I have no cell signal, which is pretty normal for where I'm at. And then you got the other issue of, maybe you only have 8 rounds in your gun, like I carry. And so you can fire off your 3 shots, the universal distress signal, but you can only do that 2 times. And then you could get a short signal. So, okay. Well, now you got to face the fact of, okay, I might have to walk out. Or if you got loud pipes like I do, one thing you can do is sit in the cab, and they're going to echo, and they're going to travel quite a ways. So you can sit in there and do the international distress signal 3 times hard on the throttle and off. And if you do that, not continually, you have to leave a gap in between. Otherwise, people are going to think you're just out playing in the mud. But if people continually for, say 15 minutes with a minute in between, hear you revving 3 times in a row, that's going to grab someone's attention. Someone's going to go, hey, something's up. I need to check this out. Dirt road etiquette. Have your headlights on, please. If you're out on the dirt road, have your headlights on. It's so much easier to see. Like, that blue truck disappears in the shadows. I had a green truck before. It disappeared in the shadows. I mean, it might as well have been black. Oh, another thing. Tape measure. Doesn't have to be fancy. Just a measuring stick of some sort, so you can mark out your cuts. But that is a quick look at what I carry on me in my truck. And always make sure you got a full tank of fuel before you come out in the woods. Spare tire. All your fluids, all your boxes are full. All your brakes are adjusted. Nothing's worse than coming down off the hill with a load, and you get 3/4 of the way down and discover you have no brakes because they got hot, or you forgot to check them, and now you're coming down the hill as a free run. Not a fun feeling. So that's my little rant. That's my explanation on a few things. And I'm going to get the saws ready, and we're going to do a little bit of cutting out here. So we will see you in a minute for chainsaw action. Thank you much. Hey, I almost forgot. Most important thing when you're cutting in the woods, make sure you have a fully charged fire extinguisher ready to go. It's just a small one. I think it costs $18 at the hardware store. $18 can prevent hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars of damage. If you're out in the woods, cutting firewood, four-wheeling, just having a campfire, whatever, have a fire extinguisher. If you don't have a fire extinguisher, have a couple 5-gallon buckets full of water. Something. We got to start preventing these damn forest fires.